Alright, this is how you train your homing pigeon, young bird homing pigeon, to go home. Okay, if you see, I got those birds up there. Those are still squeakers. And I got 6 over there in the cage. Last week, those guys are in the cage over there every day. An hour or two in the morning, and then 6 o'clock at night. Since we're here in the United States, in Georgia, we got what they call daylight saving. So I do that every day, just like those one in the cage in there. That's gonna be their second day. Now it's Sunday today. Now next Friday they can be released like that, but you don't wanna force them to fly. It's like those guys. Those guys were released last Friday. That checkered white flighted there, he already took a flight, but the rest aren't. So the rest are just flying low around this yard. They don't go past above that pine tree. But that checker did there. That one passed on the tree with my other hard flyers. Now we got 2 hard flyers over there, up in the tree in there. I don't know if you see them, but they're up there. They're up there. Yeah, see them moving? Now, those are the key. See, you don't want to sue them. Let them fly on their own. I usually close everything in there and then I just let them get out on their own. I have to do that, otherwise I'll tape that. If they don't have a cage, I'll tape them or wet their, tape them, and then the day before I'll wet their wings before they can get out. Soak them, and that way they don't need to fly. But since I got hawk infestation in here, I cannot leave them on the loft on the tape because they're gonna get by hawk. I already got 4 birds got killed by hawks. Okay, and these guys are my inside my loft. I'm gonna make an extension in here eventually in the future, soon. These guys are my hard flyers. They're still squeakers, but they already know how to trap. That's just a homemade trap. And most of these birds, I think 95% of them, came from sunny Almario. I'm a member of a GERPC, Greater Atlanta Racing Pigeon Club. And all of those birds, most of them came from Mr. Sunny Almario. So I don't let those guys, especially those 3 on top in there, those 4 in there, they're hard flyers. If they fly, they disappear for 2 hours. And then you see them after 2 hours, they're gonna be way up on a dot. Way up in the sky. All you gotta see is the dot. The only reason I know that they're my bird is that the one in the middle there, I cut his tail because he got attacked by hawk. And fortunately, she's lucky to get away. So I cut her tail off just because it's dragging and still had that wound. But it's healing now. So those are my hard flyers. Now, if those guys up there fly on their own sometime this week, before the end of the week this week, because it's Sunday today, if they fly on their own, then I can release those, and then I'll put new ones or my hard flyer one in there. That's the key. The only reason those birds don't fly anywhere is because they see other birds. But don't sue them. Don't flag them in their loft. I learned that in a hard way. Otherwise your bird will go nest or whatever, stay up far away from the loft and stay there all day. Yeah, and I only feed them. Got 41 birds right now. I only feed them 14 ounce, they can get by with a spoonful of seed, a teaspoon of seeds in a day. So I feed them less in the morning, and then I still shut that door, because whenever they see those birds and they're in that roof, they're not gonna fly on their own. They just want to go inside. Those things just start flying last week, that blue bar in there. So I used 2 of my hard flyer outside, just in case they flew. At least there's 2 flying around with them. They're not gonna go so far, and if they do go so far, I throw one of my hard flyers one at a time with them if they're flying. Because if they fly, especially if it is windy, the wind will take them. And that's one of the main reason. That's why I only take them out in the afternoon, those new squeakers. Because in the afternoon, like evening, right now it's 6:30 in the evening, see, the trees aren't moving. And the sky is clear enough, just in case they fly, they still have sun outside and it's not windy. So yeah, that's how I train my birds. That's one of the new one. See how low they fly? They don't even see how low that thing fly. And he went far away. But he's gonna come back. See, there you go. He's coming back. He landed over there. The only reason he landed over there because nobody's flying, but all the birds are over there. I believe they can see at least, well, they see the hawk at least 20 miles away. I know that for the fact, because whenever I see a hawk from a distance, my bird will disappear. They will fly or go on a loft. So yeah, that's how I train my birds. Those new ones over there, they will gonna get released. I'm not gonna tape them because the hawk problem. In that way, at least I'd rather lose them by flying rather than losing it by hawks. So they, I want them at least alive. So yeah, that's how I train my bird. Those 6 in there, if those birds on top of that roof in there, they start flying around the loft, then I will release those guys. But as long as they're not, they just stay there. They don't go nowhere. It's 6:30 at night. See, one of my hard flyer is with that guy over there. The one on the right, that will be my hard flyer. So that bird already got tossed 20 miles away. So, and the other one's a squeaker, the new one. I only release 2 hard flyers per 6 birds, and I put 6 in there. See, that one wants to fly. But if I release my hard flyer once, they will fly, and then usually those youngsters, those young birds, they fly longer and harder, and sometimes that's how they get lost. They just keep flying and don't want to come home. At least in here, they're gonna get familiar on. They're gonna, what do you call that? Mark the landmarks that they need to mark to come home. But yeah, that's how I train them. As soon as all of them are flying, hopefully this week, but it won't take long, especially that silver one up there. Sunday today, so sometime this week, before the end of the week, they're probably already flying around the loft. Then I will release those 6, and then I'll put another 6 birds in there. It's either new birds or old birds. I only release 2 hard flyers at a time, and I'll use the rest to lure the birds back in if they fly away. But yeah, that's how I train them. I keep that close just because they want to come in, and they're not gonna know their loft, especially on my area in here. I don't have a wide space area. Got full of pine trees. they need to fly above the tree line, you know, for a few days before they can go home. Basically, they will know how to go home. But as of right now, they're still flying low up below the tree. I don't want to take chances of suing them. See, they don't want to fly even though I'm close to the loft. It's because those guys. But one bird gets spooked, they all fly. But I never lose a bird. Never lose a bird going this way. It's either I tape them, but then again, just like what I said, I got hawk infestation, so I don't want to tape them. But that's how I train my birds. Basically, all of these are youngsters, or young birds. I just started this year. See that beak in there? Still light. Yeah. Basically, all of these birds, their parents, they're not from the United States. Mr. Sonny Almario import his breeders from different places, from Germany and etc. Some of those are John Arden's. Some of those I don't know. But as far as I know, they're good birds, especially their parents are good parents. They got pedigree on them. And then this is my factory. Oh, it looks like crap, but then again, it serves a function. That blue bar male one, that came from Don Myers. And that one, blue tag, 2 years old, came from Sonny Almario. Sonny Almario, that male one, that female check, that's Don Myers. And those are my droppers. I want to breed them because they're the only 2 droppers I have. But yeah, if you release them in the morning, if they don't want to go, they're gonna be up there in the tree. And there's gonna be a possible chance of weather or wind changing. You know, it's gonna be so windy that if they fly, instead of coming home, they're not gonna come home. So I released them in the afternoon. Wind has died down basically, and they just fly on their own strength. So yeah, so hopefully this video will help you guys. So you guys subscribe or comment, you know what's gonna be the easiest way or fastest way, but this thing for me works. So, oh yeah, one more thing, if they start flying, I take 4, 5 or 6 birds and I'll take one of those new ones, and I basically put them on the basket and just release them. Oh, there you go, they got spooked. See, that's what you want. You want them to fly on their own. You don't sue them on their house. There you go. Oh, they're gonna be all over the place. See that? See how the tail's still spread out? Well, alright, this is gonna be the end. See, look at that, that's stupid. This is gonna be the end of the video. This is how I train my pigeons. Okay. Bye bye.